Hey there, welcome back. It's Mo with Hidden Acres Farms. Today we're going to talk about how we take out our old sunflowers when they're done at the end of the season. Stay tuned to see what we do. Our sunflowers are pretty well gone. Since we don't have a combine, we have to harvest these sunflower heads by hand. We feed them to our chickens and they love them. They're black oil sunflowers. We just take a pair of cutters. These are Felco cutters. These are number 6. Really like these cutters. Just cut off the head. Throw it in the bucket. This is our Case International 1300 9-foot sickle mower. 9-foot sickle. We bought this off Facebook Marketplace for a couple $100. Then we added this vertical lift assembly that has a cylinder. You can pick that up from Rouse Rakes in Nebraska. So it really makes a difference as far as making this sickle mower usable. We use it for, mainly, the main purpose we got it for is mowing our lake bank. So it works really well for that. One thing I did want to mention is, if you see this point here, this bracket comes with the setup when you purchase it from Rouse Rakes. This spring they have designed to go to this point here with this eye bolt. What I found was actually rubbing on the spring here on the PTO shaft. You can see there. So I actually just added another piece of 1/2-inch steel here. Originally it was there. I wish I'd left it at the original connection point, but anyway, just shifted it back down here, and that seems to have taken care of that where it was rubbing. So just a pointer in case you do purchase that. After we mowed the sunflowers down with the Sickle Bar Mower, then we use our Grapple to scoop up the stalks. So here you can see what we've picked up. Again, you can see on the ground, it doesn't pick up everything, but it sure does help out. That's a lot of weight there. Takes away from bending over, stooping, picking up stuff, which is what we used to do before. We used to do this by hand. So this Grapple really makes a difference. So just have to take it slow and easy, and that's what you get. That's 2 passes here, and these rows are about 40, 45 foot long, so about 80 foot of sunflower stalks there. I should mention, if you're not familiar with a Grapple, it requires a third function on your front of your tractor, on your loader. When we purchased this tractor, we had that as an option, so we added that in. They do make kits that are add-ons after the fact, so if you have an older tractor, you can buy those. Those are available, but that is a requirement for having something like this. You do need that third function kit. And again, this just shows what's left here. So again, there's the root ball and a little bit of stalk there, but rest of the plant has been picked up. So here we have the field after we run the grapple through. You can see it doesn't exactly take every single stalk out. There's a few that have to be picked up by hand, but it certainly saves on hand labor. We used to cut these sunflowers out by hand, and then we would bush hog them down with the tractor and bush hog, and what that did with that would just create all kinds of small chunks of sunflowers. And then when you go to run your disc through, just a challenge with all the debris, especially when you go to plant. And we're going to try to flip this field here pretty quick. So the grapple does a pretty good job of clearing out these sunflower stalks after we cut them down with a sickle mower.